Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another live stream Tuesday. And a big hello to all of you guys who were in here before the stream even started. All of you early birds, hello, and thank you for joining in so early in the live chat room. Let's get all of you guys up on screen, and there you are. So, hello Reb, Teacherman1955, Linda, Jennifer, Carla, and Ray, Teresa, Abby, Odyssey of Ascension, Virginia, and Batfinks in the house as well tonight. Michelle, hello, and Vince as well. Thank you for joining me tonight. And without further ado, let's get the patrons' names up on screen, because these people make everything possible on the channel, with not only these live streams but the analysis videos as well, and the cover videos that are hosted on this channel. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are, and they also do pop up in the super chat window in these live streams as well. So thank you guys so much for all of your support and for joining me on this Tuesday night. So it seems like we have started on time, and it's always the case that whenever I set up the live stream, if I've got a couple of minutes left before I'm about to go live, I always think that I've forgotten something, but we'll see what happens when I play the videos that I've set up for tonight. Maybe some of them won't work, and maybe we can fit in a cartoon, because that was requested quite a lot on the last live stream. So we'll see if we can squeeze one of those in tonight as well. And just before we get into the live stream proper, I want to address right at the end of the last live stream. I know that we had a little bit of a cutout with the internet and then it resumed, and I managed to edit the final live stream when people were watching it on catch up, so it wasn't obvious that there was any break. But right at the end of the live stream last time, Mario donated and Jeannie donated as well, and it was right on the cusp of not actually live streaming anymore. So a massive thank you to them, and just to make sure that I got everybody's names in, which I always try to do my best with, and fingers crossed that was all okay last time as well. But just to bring up Mario and Jeannie at the beginning of this live stream. Another thing that I want to bring up from last night's video, because there was, for some reason, Joan Hart made an appearance in the title of the video that I did with Joan Osborne and not Hart, and it was with the Funk Brothers, and I don't know how that happened, so apologies for that change in the title. I think what must have happened is when I type things in, I look at the keyboard, because I'm not a very good typist and I don't know it all off by heart, so I'm looking at the keyboard and I don't know why it would change Osborne to Hart. All I know is that the Osborne, when it was in there, I think it said that the title was too long, and it might have changed it to Hart. And I looked up, I tried to find a Joan Hart to think, well, why has it changed it to that? And I was scratching my head, because over on Patreon, as you guys know, when I uploaded the video there, it was all Joan Osborne and it was all fine. So no idea why over on YouTube. Maybe because it's on the internet. I looked up Joan Hart, and Melissa Joan Hart came up, an actor that was in something that I remember when I was a kid, but I can't remember. It was obviously a kid's show, but she was an actor in that, and her name is Joan Hart, so I don't know why I would have changed it to that. But anyway, I did rectify it as soon as I started reading the comments with people saying, who is Joan Hart? And I've got no answer to that. So just to clear that up, it was Joan Osborne, and I have no idea why that changed. Unfortunately it did, but it has been rectified, so thank you everybody for letting me know. And it's just weird that over on Patreon it was all fine. But anyway, we do have a little bit of action in the super chat window, and it is Carl who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. Very much an early donation for, we all know what this is, the Cross the Pond Fund. So thank you for that, Carl. And the message is, getting in early, you know what it's for. Please stay safe and healthy to everyone. So thank you for that, Carl. And thank you for those wishes sent into that live chat room tonight. And again, hello to everybody in the live chat room, especially the moderators who keep everything running smoothly in the live chat room. So everybody say a massive hello to the moderators tonight. I've seen Laurie and Carla go through, and I might have seen somebody mention Neil, so I'm not sure if Neil is in there as well, but thank you guys so much for moderating tonight and on all of the live streams. So we have had another donation in the super chat window, and this is from Lisa. Thank you for that, Lisa. It's for $5, and the message is Melissa Joan Hart was on Clarissa Explains It All. So thank you for that, Lisa. What I'm thinking of isn't that Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That's what I'm thinking of. That is a program that I remember from my youth. I have to admit, I didn't want to watch it, but it was always on when I wanted something else to be on. So I wasn't a massive fan of it as a kid. It wasn't my kind of show, but that's what I remember her from. So that was the show that I was thinking of. But thank you for mentioning another one, Lisa, that she was on as well. And maybe it is that she's typed in so much, it might have just done that after Joan and then Hart. I don't know, but we will see. We will be getting on with this live stream, playing the requests, and thank you everybody over on Patreon for answering my request for requests, because we're getting the Circle of Death. But fingers crossed, I'm going to resume. It looks like it's reconnected. So that was a really early gremlin that hopefully we can just sidestep and miss out for the rest of the live stream. We will see what happens. But I'll just mention that again because Larry donated $20. Thank you for that, Larry. And the message just said 20. So I think that was the donation amount that then was put into the comment window. So thank you for that, Larry. Fingers crossed we're still live and we've managed to somehow save it. Gary has donated $10. Thank you for that, Gary. And that looks like it's just a straight up donation as well. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to get into this first video for tonight because as soon as the stream is interrupted, it means that my screen freezes and I can't see anything being updated. So I will get into this next video. I'll do a refresh on my screen so that I can see all of your comments and everything. And before we do get into this video, I just want to mention a thank you to everybody for requesting Don't Cry again after the last live stream. But it's because I think it was Melissa who let me know that there's been over 100,000 views of this Don't Cry video on YouTube. So it does feature my sister, so she's been watched by over 100,000 people, or she's been watched over 100,000 times by some people, maybe that just like to watch it a lot. But thank you guys for watching this video on YouTube and getting it past the 100,000 views, and we'll watch it again. And this is Kevin, who requested this over on Patreon, Melissa and Marilyn, I believe, as well. So thank you guys for watching this on YouTube, and we'll just have a watch of it tonight on the live stream as well. And I'll see you guys afterwards. I'll refresh the screen, and then I'll be back in the live chat room afterwards. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Don't Cry, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Again, thank you everyone for watching that on YouTube and getting it past 100,000 views. It is massively appreciated. And another thing that would be appreciated would be hitting that thumbs up button. I always have to remind myself to say these things, but it's a great time to spike the likes, and here's the mug. We're going to be having another mug shot, by the way, a little bit later on, and a t-shirt shot as well. And that was a picture that was uploaded to the Facebook page, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and that was Joan that did upload that. So we'll be taking a look at Joan a little bit later on. If you want to get a hold of a mug, you can do. It's in the tray underneath this video, as well as a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, and there's also the hoodie available now as well. So thank you everybody who's bought a hoodie and a t-shirt and the mugs as well, and has uploaded their pictures to Facebook. It's massively appreciated, and it gives me something to show on these live streams as well, to get you guys up out of the live chat room and up onto the screen. So it's always good fun to take a look at you guys instead of looking at me the whole time. But we have had a little bit of action in the super chat window, so let's have a look into there. I'm going to have to look over to this screen on the side because I can't pick these up on the screen in front of me, unfortunately, but I'm going to blame the gremlin that came in very early on. But we will see what we had going on over here. And I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. We had Gary who donated $10. Thank you for that. And Susan and Dennis are in the house. So hello guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. And the donation is $10. Thank you for that. The message is, Dennis wants to know if you have a favourite song from the Beatles' greatest album, Sgt. Pepper. If not from that album, what is your favourite Beatles song overall? So probably from that album, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I think that was on Sgt. Pepper, but my knowledge or my memory, I was very young when my dad was listening to his Beatles records. But the first song that I heard that stuck in my mind was probably Eleanor Rigby, which is a bit of a random one, but the reason it stuck in my mind was because it was so different to everything that I'd heard up to that point in my life, and I hadn't listened to a lot of Beatles songs at that point, so it's just one of those that I'm not sure whether I knew it was the Beatles that did it or not, but it seemed to me a bit of a different song. It was something that just stuck in my mind. So for the first song that stuck in my mind, it would have been Eleanor Rigby. So I'm not sure about my favourite song. I mean, Help's just a classic, but let's not start naming Beatles songs, because if I get into a history of the Beatles and their songs and the amount of hits that they had, this live stream would never end. So I'll just stick with those two songs that I've mentioned. So thank you so much for that, Susan and Dennis, for the donation and for the question. And Christine has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. And it's the guy exercising saying keep it up, so thank you for that, Christine. And Marilyn has donated $5. Thank you for that, Marilyn. The message is, sorry if you have talked about this, didn't hear, but have you written any new songs for another album with a heart? So I've got lots of ideas, riffs and songs that aren't complete yet, and I think the problem that I have at the moment is just having the time to do it, because I've never been in this situation of now having over 136,000 subscribers, which is amazing, but it does take up all of my time just answering emails and messages on Patreon as well, and Instagram and the website and YouTube, of course. YouTube is where I spend most of my time, just reading all of the comments and answering questions. There are a lot of questions that are guitar related as well, about string gauges and pickups and equipment and amps, pedals, you name it. So sometimes when I do get a lot of questions that are very technically based, and it might even be about chord progressions or scales or modes and teaching questions. So when I get those kind of questions, it takes me a long time to answer one of them. So if I do get 10 or 20 at a time, that's what my time is spent doing. So at the moment, because it's just me doing everything, unfortunately at the moment I don't have the time to get down any more ideas, because as everybody will know out there, recording is a very long process. The first album, the debut Persistence album that's up on my website that you can check out, which all of my songs come from, they took about 6 months to get down. And because I do it all myself and produce it all myself, it means that it was every day for 6 months. So dedicating that amount of time to get down a new album would mean that everything would pretty much grind to a halt on the channel while I'm off recording, and then in 6 months time I might have a new album that I can release. I think it is going to be a case that I will need to get some help or employ other people to help me with all the things that I do on a day-to-day basis to free up some time to do some more recording and start to get another album together. So until I can get to that point, then at the moment I'm just going to keep interacting with you guys on these live streams, get down the ideas, and then as soon as I've got time to make those ideas into songs and proper songs and produce them, then I'll be able to do that then. But thank you so much for that question, Marilyn. And Linda has donated $5. Thank you, Linda, for joining us tonight and that donation. The message is, don't recall if this has been asked before. If you had not made a career in music, what do you think you would be doing now? So thank you for that question, Linda. And I think reading it off to the side, my reading skills aren't quite as good. Let me also see if I can refresh this screen, because it doesn't seem to be moving like the other screens are moving. So hopefully this is going to have just totally ruined everything. So let me get rid of that, and I'm going to sort it out afterwards. But thank you for that question, Linda. So with the career side of things, I think I probably would have stuck with soccer, football as we call it here, because I did that quite a lot. I spent a lot of time training for that and played since the age of 11 or 12 and played maybe 3 matches a week. And it's what I spent a lot of my youth doing, just practicing, training. So that's probably the other thing other than music that I got up to a decent level in terms of either being semi-professional or professional at that particular thing. But then when I was 20 or 21, I then gave up soccer in order to concentrate on music, and it's just what I enjoyed doing the most. So that's just what I tended to focus on from about 20 to 21. And I spent a hell of a lot of time playing guitar as well, and then started teaching at age 22 or 23. By that time, I've been playing guitar for about 9 or 10 years. So let me just see if I can sort out this screen on the left-hand side. Hopefully it is now going to work when I bring this up on screen. And there we are. I'm hoping that this is going to keep moving like it normally does. We will see. But thank you, Linda, for that donation and the question as well. I'm going to have to scroll up a little bit just to make sure that I catch everything. Kathleen has donated $10. Thank you for that, Kathleen. The message is, cry, great song, good job. So thank you for that, Kathleen. And we have a donation from Lucy, who's in the house as well. Hello, Lucy, and thank you for this $14.99 donation. And the message is for the usual Cross the Pond Fund. Can't remember if this has been asked, but besides orange squash and Hawaiian pizza, what would be required on your rider? And I think I have been asked this before. I'm not a very fussy person, so yeah, maybe some orange squash and some pizza. Maybe some peanuts. I do like peanuts, and water, just plenty of water, because I do drink a lot of that. Maybe some summer fruits, squash as well, just for a bit of variation. But yeah, I'm not that fussy, so as long as that's there. Maybe a chocolate bar, but maybe not, because sometimes eating chocolate and drinking dairy, all that kind of stuff can be bad for the voice, or at least can cause you to want to clear your throat a little bit more than normal. I don't think I've had a problem with chocolate too much, but I don't eat too much of that anyway. So maybe just a chocolate bar for after the show. Who knows? Just push the boat out after the show. But thank you for that, Lucy, that donation and the question. And Ken is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Ken. The message is, hello, Phil. And fellow wingers, Phil, have you heard of a singer named Book? If so, do you know where he's from and your opinion with some rock horns? So thank you for that, Ken, and I haven't heard of that singer yet. So I don't know where he's from, and it is somebody that I would have to check out. So thank you for that, and it's something that I can add to my list of things to do and people to check out. But thank you for that donation, Ken. And King Nero has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, sorry about the Joan Osborne, Joan Hart comments you covered in the presentation, the correct name. So thank you for that, King Nero. And I don't think it was just one comment. I think there were quite a few that were just pointing it out. But I did say it in the video. This is why I don't understand why, when it then went live, that the title had changed, or at least changed from what I was typing. And I should have proofread it before going over to Patreon and uploading it at the same time, because I do them on two separate sites. It means that I'm often changing sites, and that's why I probably didn't notice it when I uploaded it. But it is all rectified, and without your messages, I probably wouldn't notice, because I do upload and then get stuck into the comment section and don't really look at the title again. So thank you for that donation, King Nero. And Kevin has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, have you been to the Royal Albert Hall? I would love to see a show there with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Kevin. And I have been to the Royal Albert Hall, but not to watch any music. It was a comedy performance of Joan Rivers, I do believe, and it was quite a long time ago, but I'm sure I must have been there for something musical, maybe at school or something like that. There are days at the Royal Albert Hall that are just school performances, and there must have been something that I was involved with, but I can't remember. If it was, it's a very long time ago, but I haven't been there to see anything musical yet, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time. So thank you for that. And Mary has donated $2. That's a straight up donation. Thank you for that, Mary. Denise has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, you do great work, Phil. A great diversion from all the hell in the USA, or heel, as it's written down. So thank you for that donation. And yes, it's not something that I'm going to really get into on the live stream or with any other videos, but it is certainly something that's making it into our news headlines over here. And hopefully things can improve over there. I think this might be one of those turning points where it's just got to a point where people are starting to say, right, enough is enough, and let's actually just be nice humans. And we are the human race. There is no different race in the human race. We're all the same. So let's just try and move forward from this point. It's obviously massively difficult, but like I said, it's not something I'm going to get into here, but it just has reached that point where enough is enough, and things need to change, and they should have changed years and years ago, but maybe things can improve and we can just all have things as they should be in the world moving forward. But it is such an important time and important things to be covered in the future. But like I said, it's something that we will see what happens, and it's certainly a very sad time and a very important time as well. But thank you for the message, and thank you for the kind words. It's great to meet up with you guys here on a live stream as well, just to forget everything that's going on in the world at the moment. Because with the coronavirus, with the self-isolation that we have here in the UK, fortunately things are starting to improve, and it's just a crazy time in the world at the moment. But thank you for that donation. Lynn is in the house as well and has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is, looking down on the lights of London from our own little flying pirate ship, made Peter Pan my favourite ride at Disneyland. Did you have a favourite ride from your visit to Disney World? So, my favourite ride was probably the lift that drops. It was called the Hollywood Tower, and I just really like that for some reason. I don't know if it's still there or not, but that was the one that I did like. And obviously the Aerosmith ride as well, just because it was Aerosmith and I was into that kind of thing, that kind of music and the sound, so I enjoyed that as well. And it went quite fast, it just accelerated really quickly, which was good fun. But probably the Hollywood Tower, that was one that I queued up for the most. So thank you for that, Lynn, and for that $50 donation is massively appreciated. And Mary has donated $5, so thank you for that, Mary. And it looks like that's just a straight up donation. If there is a message with that, we'll catch up with it after this next video. So we have had a few requests over on Patreon, and it was Ray who got in really early with the cover video request. So this is going to be More Than Words, my version of it, of course, and this is another one of those videos that I did for Amelia and Paris Nord, where I did 2 versions of it and recorded myself singing again with myself in the background. So it's one of those videos, and I hope you guys enjoy this video by Extreme, of course, the original, my version of it. I'll be in the comments section, the chat room, the super chat. I'll be all over the place, probably trying to sort everything out to make sure that it's all still running and we are still live while this video is playing. If you do enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. This is the other thing that I always forget to say about subscribing, even though loads of people have been subscribing. Thank you for doing that. But if you do enjoy the live streams and the analysis videos, then it would be massively appreciated if you could subscribe, but also hit that thumbs up. And we always aim for 200 likes on these live streams, so we will see where we're at after this video. I don't have access to the live amount of likes, so I don't know where we are, but if we can get a spike of the likes half an hour into the live stream, that would be fantastic. I will see you guys after this video. I hope you guys enjoy this, and it was requested by Ray over on Patreon. I'll catch you guys after. Rock! Hi guys, this is my first proper video of 2017, and it's my cover of More Than Words by Extreme, and I hope you like it. Rock. Saying I love you, it's not the words I want to hear from you. It's not that I want you not to say, but if you only knew how easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you could make things new just by saying I love you. More than words, now that I've tried to talk to you and make you understand, all you have to do is close your eyes and just reach out your hands and touch me.
hold me close, don't ever let me go. More than words is all I ever needed you to show. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you could make things new just by saying I love you.
And there we have it. That was my version of the extreme classic More Than Words. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And thank you to Ray over on Patreon for requesting that one, and all of you guys over there who have requested the videos for tonight. Like I said, we are going to be trying to fit in a cartoon at some point, but these live streams do fly by so quickly, so I'll have to concentrate on getting through things as quickly as possible. We are going to have a look into the Super Chat window just to see that Mary has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Mary. And we've had another donation under that from Christine. So thank you for that, Christine. And that is a $2 donation. And both of those are just straight up donations without a message. So thank you guys for that. And hello everybody in the live chat room. Thank you for joining me tonight. Also hello to the moderators for doing such a great job in there. And we have Debbie, Lucy, Lisa, Deborah, Lynn, Jennifer, Denise and Reb, and we've just had another donation, and this is from Odyssey of Ascension, and I can see it as it's just going through the live chat room. Thank you so much for that $50 donation. The message is get an assistant fund, take time to work on your passion. So thank you for that message, and it is a very good idea. I think the problem is that getting an assistant, it means that you have to pay them a wage. And when you start talking about employing somebody, you start talking about earning enough money not only for yourself to do what you want to do, but then somebody else to earn the same as potentially you are. And I've always been focused on just trying to break even or just make a little bit more in order to do what I like to do or love to do full time. And I reached that point, and then obviously getting somebody else to help is a little bit far away at the moment. But this is the other thing. Unfortunately, if I was getting somebody else to help, they would say, well, which days is it in the week that I'm going to be doing? And I'll say, well, it's every day. They say, well, which days do you release videos? And I'll say, every day. And they say, well, when do you get emails? And I'll say, every day, every hour, every minute. So it would be a constant job with no time off. So I'd have to work out maybe particular days that somebody does. But I think I'm always going to have this problem that I don't really want to offload anything to somebody else, because then I'm not interacting with you guys. And you might be talking with an assistant, and then you'll talk to me on a live stream, and I don't know what you're talking about because you were talking to the assistant. And that is something that I want to avoid at all costs, because I've been on the receiving end of that, talking to somebody that you don't want to talk to because you want to talk to the main person, the person you're trying to contact. So I've always wanted to maintain that link so that you guys have a direct link to me through these live streams, and especially through Patreon as well, where everyone can just direct message me if they want to, and having that link to me is really important. So getting somebody else involved, it would have to be done in such a way that I don't then lose the connection with you guys that I can have on these live streams, but also just having read your messages and then knowing all of you from your messages that you've sent me, whether it be on Patreon or emails or just on YouTube as well. So it is going to be a balancing act, but at the moment it would have to be something that I'd have to earn enough to pay somebody what you would pay a normal person working at a shop or working at McDonald's or something. I don't know what that flat fee would be. It would be quite a lot of money. So we will see. At the moment, I'll just keep on doing it as I'm doing, and hopefully in the future, if things keep going as they are, we can work something out and we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for that donation, Odyssey of Ascension. And Nora101 has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. The message is, how do you keep track of the new analysis requests that come in? Do you keep a handwritten list or a spreadsheet? Silly question, right, with a question mark with a happy face. So it's not a silly question. It's when I'm going through the comments, I have a tablet that I use, and that tablet was purchased through the support of my patrons. So again, the only reason that I can do that is because of the support over on there and all of you guys here in the super chat window on these live streams. So thank you guys for all of the support and allowing me to buy these things, which means that I can do the comments and go through them all on YouTube. So I go through all of the comments on YouTube, and I have a program called YouTube Studio, which I think is the same program that this all works through on YouTube. And it shows me all of the comments across my whole channel listed. So as you can imagine that I've done, I don't know, over 700 videos now. I know that I've been doing it every night for over 2 years so far. So all of those videos, obviously everyone's not just commenting on last night's video. They might be commenting on 2 nights ago or a week ago or 3 weeks ago or 6 months ago or a year ago. So all of those comments get put into a list that just follow on from each other. So it's very easy for me to access all of those. And whenever I get a request on there, I have something on my, it's not an app, it's actually on the tablet where I hold down the power button and the volume down button, and it takes a screenshot. So it means that I can take a screenshot as a picture file of the request. So then I can put all the requests into a folder, and I've then got all of those in a folder that I can look at. And it is a very big folder because, as you can imagine, if just 1% of 136,000 people request something, that's quite a lot of videos. So I do make a note of all of them. And this is why some people that do say, oh, I suggested a video or requested a video, 2 months ago, and you still haven't done it yet, the list is really long. So I do try to get through all of them. Obviously, there will be multiple requests, and it might be the case that somebody who requested something maybe 2 weeks ago, that request was on the list from 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, and I've now got to it, and they think that I've done the video within 2 weeks, and that's not the case. So some people that might say, oh, I requested something and then he did it literally the next night or a couple of nights afterwards, that was just the luck of the draw that it had been requested probably a few months ago. But that's also just the luck of the draw. Sometimes that happens where people do request something and it just happens to come up because it was requested months ago. So it's just the way that it works, and that's how I always try and run it on the channel, just getting through that list day by day. But thank you so much for that donation, Nora101 of $5, and King Nero has donated $5 again. Thank you for that. The message is, when you hit 1 million subs, you'll need an assistant. So thank you for that. I definitely would do if I ever got to that amount, but that is crazy at the moment to even think about. Just 136,000 is crazy at the moment. So thank you everyone for hitting that subscribe button and that thumbs up button as well. So let's see if we can get a thumbs up going and a spike of the likes for this live stream. I think on the screen to my left it says 137 likes, but I think that is not correct. As I said earlier, the screen freezes and I don't get to see what's really going on. So we will see how many likes we get to. I'll keep an eye on the live chat room to see if it does go through there. So we will be moving on to the next video, and just before we do, let's have a little look at this mugshot. Hopefully this is going to work. I'll be able to get this up on screen. This is something that I always try and busk out during these live streams, getting the pictures up on screen. But this was Joan who uploaded a picture of her holding the Spike the Likes mug, and not only that, she also has a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt on. So let's get Joan up on screen. So thank you, Joan, for uploading this to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group page over on Facebook, and if you guys want to join that as well, you can do. I think earlier when I had a look at it, there were 449 members in there, something like that. So thank you guys so much for joining in over there. Thank you also to Laura and Vince for keeping that organized, and Vince hosts the after party over on Facebook after these live streams. So if you want to venture over there, you can do, to continue the conversation. And if you want to get over there, I'm sure you guys know how to do it now. Just type it into the search at the top of the Facebook page, Wings of Pegasus Supporters Group, and you'll be able to find it. Also, if you go to wingsofpegasus.com, you'll be able to click on the live stream section, and there's a big image of the Wings of Pegasus Supporters Group that you can click on, and that'll take you directly there as well. So we will get into this next video, and this was requested by Lynn over on Patreon, so thank you for that, Lynn. And it is going to be Running Blind, the lyric video of it. And I think, unfortunately, this is one of those songs that is almost always going to be relevant because of the way that the human race is, but hopefully, fingers crossed, at one point in the future, maybe hundreds of years, it might not be relevant anymore, but we will see. So this is my song called Running Blind. Thank you, Lynn, for requesting this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Will the sense of decency
So there was my song called Running Blind. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and you can get that over at wingsofpegasus.com if you want to as a single. That was a standalone single, but the album Persistence is on there as well, which you'll find all the songs that I do play, the original songs that I do play on the live streams on that album. So it's also available on Amazon and iTunes, but it's best for me if you do go to my website, because I don't have to then share it with iTunes and Amazon. And this is the thing that I mention in a lot of my videos. If you maintain the rights to your own music and you can sell it through your own website, that's probably the best way to do it. But I think nowadays a lot of people do go to Amazon and iTunes as well, so it's probably good to have it on there, but not spread it all over the place. And somebody did mention in the comments section about my music not being on Spotify, and that is an intentional move by me, because Spotify, after 16,000 streams, I was given £12, which is just a little bit more than selling one album for 16,000 tracks. And if I were to sell 16,000 singles or single tracks, that would have been 79p times 16,000, which works out as a lot more than £12. So I just made a decision to take my stuff off Spotify because it was just outrageous about the little that I was getting for the amount that I was giving to Spotify. So anyway, having covered that, that is the reason why it's just all on my website and just on iTunes and Amazon. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Also, big shout out to the moderators in the live chat room who are doing a fantastic job tonight. We have had a little bit of action in the super chat window, and I'm going to have to scroll up here. So thank you guys so much for all of these donations. And we've had a donation from Joan, who has donated $49.99. Thank you so much for that, Joan. And the message is, thanks for my mugshot. You have added immensely to my status as the cool grandma of the family with some rock horns. So no problem, Joan. Thank you for uploading your picture onto the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters page and allowing me to steal it from there and show it on the live stream. Thank you for that donation as well. Kay has donated $5, and it's the guy doing the mic drop, so thank you for that, Kay. Lynn has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is, here's to the moderators. Thanks for the eagle eyes and fast wrenches. So thank you for that, Lynn. And like I said, massive shout out to the moderators tonight, but also for all of the live streams, for keeping everything under control. I think it is just going to be something that happens in the future. The more subscribers you get, just the more trolls that get attracted to the amount of people here having a good time. And I think that's most of it, that people don't like seeing other people have a good time and get on and be sociable, because maybe it's the opposite of the way that they are, or maybe it's more a reflection of them in their lives, that unfortunately they don't have that social interaction with anybody or quality social interaction. So yeah, it's more a reflection of them, but it's just something that's going to happen, unfortunately, I think more in the future. But with the moderators, they are so good at just keeping everything going in that live chat room. So a massive thank you guys for sorting everything out. And Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, have you ever been to visit your relatives in Norway? And I have been once when I was 18 or 19 years of age. So it was something that we did once. The problem is with going over to Norway, it's really expensive. It's just a crazy expensive place to go. So you need to save up quite a lot of money to go over there, and just to buy things as you normally would do here in the UK, it obviously costs a lot more, and that's a little bit of a problem. But yes, we haven't gone over since. Obviously my dad has gone over since. It's not something that we've been able to do as a family, but that was the one time that I have been over there when I was, I think, 19. So thank you, Lisa, for that donation. And Ray has donated $75. Thank you so much for that, Ray. And the message is, Your burning sense of decency and how you value life is proof to me that there is hope for humanity. Thank you for continuing to share your heart with us. It means more than words can say. So thank you for the very kind words, Ray, and for that donation. And yeah, I'm thankful that there's a place that at least we can all meet up on a Tuesday and a Saturday night and just be good humans, because I think this is the thing, the most important thing that I think people can apply to life and everything, politics and religion. If you're just a good human, then everything else will pretty much sort itself out, and just be understanding of other people's points of views, their beliefs, and everything will go so much more smoothly. Unfortunately, there's always going to be this desire for power and money, and that's where everything goes downhill. But maybe in the future something that can happen that will sort everything out. But I think it's just not the system that's failed, it's just the failing of making a system because it wasn't right in the first place. But anyway, thank you, Ray, so much for that donation, and I'm sure that everybody else in the live chat room is just wanting people to be sensible. And if every place on earth could be like the live chat room tonight, then that would be great, because everybody would get on and we can just all pull in the same direction. But thank you for that, Ray. And Bill has donated $10. Thank you for that, Bill. The message is, keep rocking, bro. You're doing a great job. So thank you for the kind words, Bill, and for tuning in tonight, all of you guys in the live chat room, and all of these super chat donations as well. And Michelle has donated $10 as well. So thank you for that, Michelle. And it looks like it's just a straight up donation. So thank you for all of these super chat donations, and all of the people at the bottom of the screen as well for making this live stream possible and the analysis videos possible as well. So moving forward into the next video, I think we're going to try and play this cartoon that was requested last time. And if you haven't seen one of these before, then I'm going to apologize in advance. These are cartoons that I made years ago that just chronicle my musical journey and some of the crazy things that have happened to me over the years. And I only made 5 of these, so this is, I think, either number 3 or number 4 that I've played. Maybe it's going to be number 3, but just to give you guys an idea, this was a gig that was organised by another band member, and it was built up to be this amazing gig, and it turned out not to be such an amazing gig. So anyway, let's play this. This lasts for about 5 minutes, so it's just a cartoon, and I hope you like it. Maybe you won't, but you at least can't blame me for this, because it was requested multiple times in the last live stream and also since the last live stream. So this is my 3rd real life story, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And the funny thing about it is that I don't think we have any legs, and the way that the people talk are obviously computer generated voices, so it's a bit weird. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Rock!
Guys, I'm so excited. I have just managed to get us an awesome gig.
Well, I do hope our definition of awesome coincide.
Well, I know a guy who works at a pub, and he said we can play there this Friday night.
You know a guy. So far, to be honest, I'm on the fence about this gig. Persuade me. Where is the venue? Will I have heard of it?
The pub is called the Golden Guff. It is in Surrey. My friend has told me it will be amazing. We need this gig.
Well, it certainly sounds like a reputable joint. It's about an hour's drive, but I'm going to trust you on this. Let's book the gig.
We won't regret it. The place will be packed. I can't wait.
Wowzers, this pub really looks like a library. Hello there. Do you work here?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we do need help. Thanks for asking. We are the band who are playing here this evening. What is the plan?
Are you sure there's live music tonight?
Well, I ruddy hope so. If not, my bandmate has yet again stitched me up, as well as himself. So, who is in charge?
I am the only person working here tonight.
Well, at least we know, therefore it will not be busy tonight. Great. Where is the stage, and we'll start to set up?
Well, whenever someone has played an acoustic guitar, they have been sitting here, so you can play in this area.
Oh my guff heck of frig. You may actually notice there are tables and sofas in the way, not to mention just being a woeful position for music.
I'm afraid you'll have to move the table and sofas out of the way then.
Well, as I'm a musician and I want to play, I will do this manual labor in addition to the hour's drive. I also assume we are not getting paid for this gig.
That is correct.
At least you're holding up your end of the bargain. Well, let's get to work, guys. These sofas look like the heaviest sofas we will ever lift in our lives.
I'll leave you to it, and I'll make sure that if you need anything, I will be impossible to find.
Many thanks for following standard protocol. Great job, guys. It only took an hour and I think I've got a hernia. But I'm sure it will all be totally worth it and not a gig we should have declined. Just the person I was looking for. So, where is the PA? Is it quite heavy to lift? And also, how many channels does your mixer have?
We don't have a PA here.
Ha 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 ha. That was a fantastically great joke. Wasn't it? Or should I say, it better have been.
No, what you see is what we have.
That, I'm afraid, is sweet guffaw. Well, what do you usually do on live music nights then?
Jacob usually does all the band stuff. He's not here today, but I have his number if you want to talk to him.
That might be an idea. At least every last detail of this gig has been meticulously planned by the venue, otherwise we could all look like absolute total amateurs. Hello Jacob, I'm Phil from the band that are playing at your pub tonight. Where is the PA? And the mixer? For the gig? Okay, so it's in your car. And you are in your car at the moment. And you're 5 hours drive away. Do you think this may be an issue? Considering we're playing in 45 minutes, you didn't realize what the time was? Oh well, that is a very acceptable excuse. I mean, how could anyone ever have foreseen these unlikely turn of events? Unbelievable. So here is the situation. The PA is 5 hours away. We have 45 minutes until we start. So this venue has quite truly rogered our collective bums in the guff.
Oh dear. I can't help feeling partially responsible for us being in this position.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
Just so you know, your friends and family are also just starting to arrive. They must have made the hour-long drive to support you.
Oh. Great. Well, as ridiculous as this sounds, I have purchased my own PA, so that if a music venue is retarded enough to not have any equipment, I have everything. It just so happens it's in my sister's boyfriend's van, who should be here shortly. So, it seems that you as a collective venue won't have egg on your face. You jammy dodgers.
I don't understand.
Oh, just that to the innocent onlooker, you'll look like you have a great PA system and are a great live music venue, when in fact you are actually a total load of rubbish guff venue. With no idea, and couldn't organize a piss-up in a brewery. Present location accepted. No offense.
None taken.
You are seriously mentally vacant. I'm going to slag off this pub to my family now. Bye.
And there we have it. That was another Real Life Stories cartoon, and you can't blame me for that one because it was requested last time on the live streams and since in various comments, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And the other thing to point out about that cartoon is the background. I didn't use that because it was just a default background. the pub that we played in had books all across the walls. It did look like a library, as I said in the cartoon. So it had lots of chairs out, and we had to move all of the library setting out in order to set up. And everything is true, they didn't have a PA, and it was just one person working, and then you couldn't find them when you needed them. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, unfortunately, but this is just part of the course when you are in a band. And these venues that say they do live music, and then you go there and realise they don't really do live music, it's just that somebody strummed a guitar while sitting on the sofa once. So, anyway, that is, I think, the third real life story. There's a couple more that I did, and I'll have to maybe try and get those. The problem is, because they're so old, I have to find the original files and then convert them to files that my computer can actually read, and yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but that was number 3 out of 5. So I hope those that requested it did enjoy it on some level. So we are going to be getting into the super chat window because there was a little bit of action in there. So let's have a look. Michelle, and I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. We had Bill, who donated $10. Thank you for that, Bill. And Bill said, keep rocking, bro, you're doing a great job. Thank you for the $10, Michelle, and that was a straight up donation. And Angela has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. And the message is just the person I was looking for. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud. So thank you for that, Angela. And Linda has donated $5. Again, thank you for that, Linda. The message is, oh no, 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 soccer isn't what you would do if you didn't do music. Your career could be making cartoons, with a laughing face. So, a couple of laughing faces. So, thank you for that, Linda. And I would only be able to do these cartoons if I pursued the music, because of the crazy situations that happen, that you then have lots of stuff to write about and make into cartoons because of these silly situations that pop up. And it is crazy to think that a venue would book a band, an actual band of people, and not have a PA system and not have a mixer. They think that, yeah, you're just going to shout and be heard over a 150 watt cabinet and a drum kit. So yeah, it is a little bit crazy. But thank you for the kind words on that cartoon. And also, I'm just looking into the live chat room because we have had an update. I think it's 220, around 219 likes. Thank you for that, Laurie. And also, it's just moving through the screen, so I can't quite see it. You grew step or setup, or it's too small for me to read on this screen. But thank you so much for letting me know about the likes, and you can still hit that thumbs up, and it'll be massively appreciated if you did hit that thumbs up if you haven't hit it so far. Another thing to mention just quickly about these live streams that I did mention last time, I'm still getting people that are commenting after the live stream, so maybe 3 or 4 hours after I've been live, and then are saying about being ignored and why aren't they showing up on screen and why am I removing their comments from the live chat room. And the live chat room only works if you're live with me now. And the time now is 7 minutes past 1. Wow, it's 7 minutes past 1 already in the morning in the UK here. That's Greenwich Mean Time. So if you type into Google time in the UK and it's not 1:07 in the morning, 1:07 AM, then it means that it's not live. So if you are commenting, those comments are going underneath the video of the video that people watch in order to catch up, because it's now hosted on YouTube. Just to bring that up, because it did happen last week, and I brought it up at the last live stream, and it did happen last Saturday night. So just to let you guys know that. But we are live in the live chat room tonight, and we're still live. We're going to have to call it to an end pretty soon, because I've tried to fit in a little bit more than usual with this live stream. We are going to be getting into probably a good video to end with, because it usually ruins the whole internet and the whole live stream when I play this video. It is going to be my video and song that's metal to my ears, it is something that I think caused the live stream to crash last time, and that is totally understandable, so we will get into that. And it was requested by Joan, Teresa and Lisa as well, so thank you guys for that over on Patreon. And just before we do, Bill has donated $5, so thank you for that, Bill. The message is, Phil, only a musician would get that cartoon. I was dying laughing my butt off. So thank you for that, Bill. And this is the thing that I think every musician's been through this, and it sounds absolutely crazy because some of the situations seem so ridiculous that they must have been made up. But I guarantee you that if you've been in a band, if you've played live for any length of time, everyone has been through this. So it's great that other people can watch it and also just have a little bit of understanding of what's going on because they've probably been through it themselves. But also, hopefully, it's a little bit entertaining for people that aren't in bands as well to know that this actually happens on a week-by-week basis if you do play in a band. So thank you for that, Bill. Let's get this final video up on screen, and it's something that might crash the live stream. Fortunately, we've managed to just evade that gremlin that we had at the beginning of the live stream, and maybe we'll see if this just ruins the live stream or not. And just another thank you to everybody who has bought a Spike the Likes mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie. That is massively appreciated because that all helps with the channel and me being able to get things that I need in order to keep everything flowing and just continuing day by day with a new video every single night without having to stop, because all of the merchandise also allows me to spend on things such as hard drives, all the things that I've mentioned in the past, my tablet that I use to do all the comments and keep a track of everything. So thank you guys for buying the merchandise as well and uploading those pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And let me just have a quick plug of the mug and a final Spike the Likes. If you do get an opportunity to hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated, and you can still do that if you're watching this in the future and it's not live. You can still hit that thumbs up. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And just before we jump into this final video, Lucy has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, starting your visit to Norway fund with a heart. So thank you for that, Lucy. We've got another fund that started up. We will be getting into this final video. We will be moving on. I have to try and get this finished before another gremlin comes in. It always happens after 1 a.m, but fingers crossed this works. This was requested by Joan, Teresa and Lisa over on Patreon. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is crazy. It's a song called That's Metal to my ears, so the video is going to be crazy because the song is a bit crazy as well. That's kind of the point, but I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called That's Metal to My Ears with the crazy video as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that on some level, and apologies if you didn't. And it was a bit cold, as you could see. The ground was wet because we had to wait for an opportunity when it stopped raining, and yeah, it was all a bit of a nightmare, but we got there in the end. And it's another thing that organising everything yourself is a bit of a nightmare, telling the cameraman where to go and what to shoot, and it took a lot of organisation. It was something that I wasn't actually expecting on the day, to have to tell the cameraman where to go and how to shoot, but it just so happened that I had to do all that as well. But eventually we got there, and fortunately the people in London were so receptive and social, and also the statues, or the people that were acting as statues, broke protocol in order to get involved, which they shouldn't really have done, but thank you to everybody there. Also Darth Vader, who popped in just to feature in the last part of the video. But thank you guys for joining me tonight and hitting that thumbs up button. Let's just have a quick look into the live chat room, because we've got Kevin still in there, Darla, Barbara, Lisa, Laurie moderating, and Thomas, and Reb, and Rumpe, and Debbie, and King Nero. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any because they go so quickly. Alexi was there, and Lucy, and Jennifer, and Calfolk7 as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and we are going to get the super chat window up on screen because I want to make sure we don't miss anybody out, because we did have a donation from Vince in there, and that was for $10, so thank you so much for that, Vince. And the message is Wings of Pegasus caps in colours besides black and white, turquoise for me, thank you. Also see everyone at the after party in Facebook, so thank you for that, Vince. And I did mention in the live stream either last time or the time before that the caps on Teespring take a lot more organisation, and it isn't just a case of uploading a logo and then they put that on the front of the cap. You need to go through different segments of the cap and get the pixels right for the cap design, and then I think it's just a $10 fee that you pay for them to do an embroidered version of the logo. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into making the caps, and at the moment I don't have the time to spend a few hours doing that during the day, so it's something that I have to try and get into in the future. But at the moment, just like the hoodies that have the zip, it's something that takes a lot more processing time, organizing time, but also more changing of the logo, getting the right dimensions, the pixels, getting it all in the right format. So it's a very long process, and unfortunately I haven't got the time available to do that at the moment. But thank you, Vince, for that donation. And Italian Carrot Red has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, and the message is great solo. So thank you for the kind words. And we have Ray, who has donated $25 again. Thank you, Ray, and the message is, thanks for the cartoon. Apparently Misery does love company, because I could not stop laughing. It makes me feel better about our experiences. So thank you for that, Ray, and all of the support from everybody in the super chat window and you guys in the live chat room for tuning in tonight, and everybody for answering my request for requests over on Patreon in order for me to play these videos tonight. So I think that will do it for tonight. It's almost 1:20, and we didn't break the live stream with That's Metal, so that's good. We're still surviving. I'm going to call this to an end now, just while the going's good, and hopefully I can do a really smooth sign off, as I always try to aim for, but it might be the case that it doesn't quite happen. So massive thank you to everybody for joining me tonight, and also for hitting that thumbs up button, for getting us past 200 likes. If you do want to check out the analysis videos every single night, it is something that is slightly different on Patreon, because with Patreon you do get a notification and an email for every single upload and every single video, whereas I think on YouTube, even if you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell, some people occasionally miss a video. So you can head over onto Patreon if you want to make sure you don't miss a video, but you can still do exactly the same thing on YouTube. Patreon isn't something that you should feel obligated to do over there, but thank you guys for all of your support over on Patreon. It does mean a lot and allows the channel to just keep on moving forward. And if you do want to head over there, it's patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you guys at the next live stream, which will be on Saturday night at the same time. And if I don't see you there, I will see you in the comment section of the next analysis video, which will be every night until Saturday night, until the live streams. The live streams are the only nights that you don't get an analysis video, and we can just meet up, chill out, watch a few videos, and have a good time. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you want to head over to Facebook now, you can do, to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page, where Vince will host the after party. And if I don't see you at the analysis videos, I'll see you at the next live stream. So thank you guys for all of your support. Try to stay safe, and just hopefully things are going to improve with this whole world thing moving into the future. Fingers crossed, if we can just all be good humans, that's just a great start. But thank you guys, and I will see you at the next live stream and in the comment section of all the other videos. Catch you later. Rock.